What's up, guys? It's me again, the me you don't know, but that shouldn't matter for you to enjoy good stories. So let's get on with the show now, shall we? So last we left off, it was after the entrance exam. Yes, I totally remember everything that happened in the last part. So, shoot, what did happen? Didn't I do the? Yeah, I think I did do the shoot, what's it called? The quirk exam or something like, shoot, something like that. The test Aizawa gave them on the first day of school, the quirk assessment test. There it go. Yeah. As okay, so yeah, it should be after that, right? And and what's after that? Actually, it's it's oh, the hero versus villain. The heroes exam. Yeah, that thing. The crap. Memory fails me. So they got paired into teams, right? And our 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 girl May here would be paired up with, let's see, who would be the most interesting to pair her up with. Hmm. Let's see. Now let's just keep it as canon. She'd be paired up with Uraraka, going against Bakugo and Ida, because apparently I can't think of any fun things. Uh, I just started recording. I wasn't prepared to do this at all. I was just thinking it's now or never. So, because as you can tell, I didn't record this yesterday as planned. So, it's not really on my mind at the moment as it was yesterday. So, yeah, oh, let's just continue. So, May and Uraraka versus Ida and Bakugo, right? So Bakugo and Ida's obviously the villains in this scenario, with Mei and Uraraka being the heroes, same as in canon. I didn't need to explain this at all. The only change is that it's Mei instead of Deku. Alright? And I'm pretty sure I made Mei and Uraraka friends, right? Yeah, they became like fast friends, right? Yeah, I said that, right? Because after May saved Uraraka and everything, they started to chatting and getting to know each other, right? Right? I said that right. I totally remember everything. I don't have to question it. I will just say this 100% with confident. Let's just carry on and ignore what I just said. So, a few minutes after Bakugo and Ida went into the building, and All Might said start and whatnot, and commenced the test. And Bakugo and Ida not really getting along pretty well. You know what? No, I say Bakugo has more of a level head in this one, because his actions have consequences. So he has learned that at least. So he went rush out. He'd actually talk to Ida. I believe he would. And so, but but Bakugo and Ida just have two separate personalities. They could never get along. So everything Ida tries to say to Bakugo just makes him angry, pretty much. And Bakugo, not really wanting to attack his teammate, decides to just walk out of the room and basically leaving Ida in the room alone to defend the bomb. As you see Mei and Uraraka just running up some stairs as they're just checking like every room on every floor. And so until eventually they run into Bakugo on, say, the third floor, and the bomb's on the fifth floor. So Bakugo had went down. He had like took a walk, trying to cool his nerves, and he ended up going down the few flight of stairs. As he was in the midst of cooling his head, trying to control his temper, when he realized that there was a test going on after he ran into these two. As as soon as he saw them, he sent an explosion their way. Mei, being slightly immune to explosions, or so she thought, because she constantly gets hit by her own. She's only immune to the things she calls, not. So, she thought she would be more resistant. So she jumped in front of Uraraka and took the explosion full blast. It wasn't a huge explosion. He didn't use his gauntlet. It was just a normal explosion. But Bakugo is slightly stronger in this one, so yeah, it's stronger than his normal explosions. But it's normal to him now, I guess. So, so Mei gets pretty hurt by this. Is you know not too hurt, like she's still standing, but she got she got bruises and stuff now, and her clothes are slightly torn and burnt. And Uraraka, she's perfectly fine. And this is before she can actually like fight. So she's not really that good as but she decides to stick around to help May out because she needs to return the favor, right? But May would end up telling her to go search for the bomb because they're running out of time. And there's no way that even if they take out Bakugo, they'd be out of energy to take on Ida. So yeah, she made more of a compelling argument, saying like involving the time, basically. So Mei versus Bakugo. Um, so Bakugo. How do I even explain this? Um, so after that first explosion, Mei and Uraraka was pretty much like they like ran behind a wall and had their little conversation, right? And that explosion Bakugo caused made a smoke screen, so he couldn't see them, they couldn't see him, and so those two had ran and had their whole little conversation. And Bakugo was sitting there listening, of course, but he didn't engage them because there was still his little smoke screen up. Is is yeah. So when the smoke cleared, it was just him and May, as she was in these worn down, tattered clothes because of the explosion he caused. With yeah, so Bakugo would send off another explosion, with May countering it with one of her own, making it the explosion like it did some damage, not to Bakugo, but to the building itself. As All Might would say through their headphones that causing damage to the building would deduct deduct points or something, something like that. I don't know. Basically, they're at a stalemate because May can't really use her explosions, sort of say, because they cause way too much damage, and if she was to actually hit Bakugo, he could probably die. Is unlike Bakugo, he could totally just hit her with a full-on explosion and she'd be alive. But yeah, that's all that matters really. She'd be hurt but alive. She wouldn't be one-shotted like hers would do to him. But so May is at a disadvantage because she can't use her quirk really. But Bakugo's not really holding back as he keeps throwing explosions at her. And so she's on the defensive as excuse me, all she can really do is dodge pretty much. As she has had training from, shoot, what's her name? June, right? Yeah, her. So she can fight in like martial arts, but she's not the best as she has been trying to focus on her quirk, but she doesn't she didn't really have much progress with that. But she does have the training. But Bakugo's explosions have the thing about it. It's hard to get close to him because believe it or not, Bakugo can fight as well, and he has some really crazy reflexes. So if she was going to try to hit him, he'd have an explosion already ready for her, making her back off. So yeah, every time she tried to attack, he just counter it, and so like it's this endless loop. So basically, stalemate, like I said. So anyway, on to Uraraka when she eventually finds Ida as they're at a bit of a time crunch because she found Ida and the bomb when there's only like 2 minutes left. And so, Uraraka um, tries to quietly tell May that, but May would like yell back saying she's busy and can't really help and find a solution on her own is she didn't realize she was being that loud, and her voice carried through the, the headset thing, the headphones, and Ida was able to hear it giving out Uraraka's position. And so that's when Uraraka would know a spotless room with nothing she can float or anything. And basically, long story short, they lose this battle. So yeah, cause Uraraka can't really do anything to Ida cause he's too fast, and Bakugo kept Mei busy and she couldn't really do anything. Cause unlike Deku, she took note of what All Might had said about destroying the place, so she decided not to do that, which ended up causing them to lose, pretty much. So, yeah, that's how that went down. So, time skip to what is it? The USJ. Yes, let's just go right straight there because yeah, it's like it's been like what 2 weeks to the USJ. Yeah, and if you're worrying about what Deku's going through, don't worry about him. I'll cover that, but in the next part. So if that's all you're interested in, click off, I guess. But no, not really. He'll make an appearance. I swear. So, anyways, where was I? Oh yes, the USJ. So yeah, I don't really want to do the bus scene because that's just nonsense, and I suck at conversation, so I'm just skipping it. But they did try to ask her exactly what her quirk, at least the ones that were at her with her during the entrance exam, because she did some stuff that she's not doing now. As they're all curious about what what she was doing. Because Ada, remember, notice how fast she was, and she wasn't showing that kind of speed during the any of the training or the hero versus villain exam. That wasn't really an exam, was it? That was just hero training, right? So yeah, as Ida still took note of her, and yeah, that's all I need to say about that, right? So, oh, and the class reps, um, it'll be the same, Momo and Ida, except Momo would be the class rep and Ida would be the vice rep. So, yeah, just swap the roles. It's pretty much the same, just I think Momo deserves the role better. Like, well, anyways, it's not too important, but yeah, carrying on. So they get to the USJ, right? They meet 13, and 13 does her old speech and whatnot, and her speech gets interrupted with feelings popping up. There's a whole portal, and Kirishima sees it, and it's all like, "Oh, you even got fake feelings with Aisawa," saying, "No, those aren't fake." And he tells them to stay back and tells 13 to protect the students and whatnot. And as he jumps off to fight these villains, and that's when everyone would notice that their phones have absolutely no signal, and they come up with the idea that Ida should run outside to go get some help. And before he can do that, though, um, Kirigiri pops up in front of the door. So Ida would have had to run through the guy to get to the door, which wouldn't be a good idea since he is like a walking portal. So, anyways, um, similar events would happen to Canon, but this time Ida would have gotten transported along with but there was two of them that he protected, right? It was Urarok and someone else. I forgot who. But they got transported as well. Is and I'ma just say those three are in some area. And so it was only like should I always forget his name, but I always call him Tentacle because that's his hero name, ain't it? Tentacle. But that guy and I don't know um Hagakure. Yeah, those two is and Mina as well. Those three are the only ones that didn't get transported, which is kind of crazy. Oh, and 13 didn't really get the chance to hurt herself, and she also didn't get teleported, so she'll be with those. Th- no, I'll say this. 13 used her quirk, but it was only enough to protect those three students. So all the rest got transported. So, and 13 continued trying to suck up Kirigiri, but and that's actually when he got 13 to suck herself up. But that don't sound right. But you know what I mean. And she black holed herself. Okay. Um, so yeah, her reaction speed is like terrible because she like continued to suck herself up. It's just crazy how that all happened. Like she just didn't feel the need to stop using her quirk until she completely destroyed herself. It's crazy, right? But anyways, that's not what this story is about. It's about, well, at the moment it's about May, but it's soon going to be about Deku. So, anyways, Deku, not Deku, May got transported to the water area, right? The shipwreck zone, along with Froppy and Minetta. And so um, she fell in the water, right? When she was about to get attacked, but Froppy saved her. And Froppy also saved Minetta as she got those two on the boat as they came up with a plan. And they talked amongst themselves for a minute, and similar events to Cannon happened, as I believe May's explosions would be able to achieve similar events, as she would like explode the water and make it collide upon itself, creating like a little vortex, pretty much. And Mineta would throw his grape balls into the water and make all the villains stick to each other. And speaking of which, how many of them villains died because of that? I really want to know, because there's no way all of them survived it. Like they went flying in the air after all of that had happened. Like some of them had to have landed on their freaking necks, and some of them had to have suffocated. And like I'm just pretty sure some of them villains died from that. Um, yeah. So just a small rant going on, cause I'm pretty sure. And no one talks about that. Like, and how long does Minetta's balls even stick people for? Like, shoot, some of those people got that stuck to their heads, and they all got grouped together, and people probably got their necks snapped from it too, just because they got stuck to people and people kept trying to move out of it. Enough about that. I'm getting sidetracked. I'm sorry, but it's just something no one talks about, and I decided this would be the perfect time to talk about it. So, carrying on. So, after everything that happened, they got back to the shore. They're in like the middle of the whole like USJ, and they're watching Aizawa get his tail beat by this purple creature with its brain sticking out. As you all know, it's a Nomu. As as May is thinking about rushing in to help Aizawa, but Suyu actually stops her because she's thinking like if something like that is able to stop someone like Aizawa, then that means it it can't be beat because she's pretty sure if Aizawa's getting his tail beat, then that means it's pretty freaking strong, even without a quirk. Cause she's sure Aizawa would have. Yeah, Suyu smart. So so and I'm not even gonna attempt to do a little frog voice. So you guys can't forget about that. So you use your imagination. You guys could come up with something more entertaining than I could. But anyways, So, so despite Froppy's warning, May figured it'd still be a good idea to try and help. But before they could even like do anything, this um what's his name? Shoot, Tomura, Shigaraki. There we go, Shigaraki. Um, came up to them and tried to tried to do what he did in canon, but was stopped by Aizawa because yeah, and May would then send an explosion to this guy. She ain't try to grab his hand or nothing. She just tried to kill the man because they witnessed what he did to Aizawa's elbow, and like, he just tried to do that, but with Froppy's face, and that would have killed Froppy. And she's like, if he's willing to kill, then he must be ready to die. But she's not really thinking that. She's just like trying to protect her friend. So she tries to attack this man. It, but what ended up happening is a large gust of wind just like sent the man flying. And well, Kirigiri, um, he had to stop doing what he was doing up at that entrance and catch Shigaraki, who went flying, and teleported him back to safety. And May was just honestly surprised at herself that she managed to control her quirk somewhat, because she didn't want the man to die. She just wanted him gone. And it was that thought that pushed him away, pretty much. So, that turned Shigaraki's focus to May. And I'll say at this point, Ida, wherever he was teleported to, with the with Uruk and whoever else, um, ended up dealing with the villains in their area. And Ida made it back to the entrance and got out at that moment. Kirigiri was distracted and had to save. What's his name again? Shigaraki. God, why do I keep? What? I just said his name like 2 minutes ago and I forgot it already. But anyway, so Ada finally is gone out to find All Might and the other heroes. But in the anime, he would have left out earlier, and it's when uh, Deku was about to hit Shigaraki when All Might would have shown up. But since Ida's just now being able to find an exit, All Might isn't there yet. Whoop de doo. But so let's focus on Ida for a second. So about 3 minutes, he would have ran into All Might, who was walking to the USJ, and so yeah, cause All Might was still walking to the USJ. It's because Ida got to him that All Might rushed to the USJ instead of just having a nice stroll. So yeah, All Might was a bit closer, but he was still just strolling. He wasn't there quite yet. So it'll take him only like 2 minutes instead of like 5. So yeah, it's only like, well, compared to the anime, he'd only get there like 5 minutes later than the anime. Like 3 minutes later than the anime. Light can happen in 3 minutes, by the way. So Ida will continue to run off to get the other heroes, and because of All Might's superstition, because he wasn't able to contact Aizawa or 13, um, All Might told Nezu about um, his bad feeling about something must be going on because his co-workers aren't responding. So Nezu would have already had the heroes assembled and ready to go, and when Ida arrived, that confirmed there's, did I say superstition? Oh my god. Anyways, I mean it similar meaning, but I meant to say suspicion. It's a bit suspicious, you know. But anyways, don't know what that was. Anyway, where was I again? Oh yeah, they also called the cops, which which would involve Deku, but more on that on the next part. Okay, so I needed to include that, yes, because Deku would show up before all the other cops. Why? Well, you'll find out. Um, I'm questioning, do I end it here or you know what? Yeah, I'm going to end it off here. Yes, a lot has happened. I skipped a lot of stuff. Um, just trying to get Deku involved here. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, yes. So, like if you like, subscribe if you want, and comment down below if you enjoyed or not. That's all for tonight, or well, this morning rather. So, I'll see you all in the next one. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, bye.